Hello, my people. We are here. The release date for Space Marine 2's TECHMARINE update has been officially confirmed today to be the 26th, so a Thursday. Pretty sure it's a Thursday. That makes sense, though. Yeah, Thursday. They only ever release these updates on like a Tuesday or a Thursday, usually, so. Okay. Now, beyond such a trifling matter, we will also be gaming once again. TECHMARINE release date is... What's up, Shiny? Morning, FTG. What's up, Osborne? Alright, 1 second. Let me go fix up a late vertical stream. 1 moment. This shit is certainly annoying, but... First time chatter. What's up, Lavinia? How are you? Welcome. Alright, 1 second, guys. Sorry about this. It's a stupid vertical stream thing. I had to manually set it up right after the, Alright. That vertical... Perfect. There we go. Now we have 3 chats to cover. God damn. My brain wasn't built for this. I am but a humble hobbit. 10 days till TECHMARINE's true. 10 days, boys. 7 days. I think that's a different thing. That's a horror film. We're going to be playing another Power Fist game real quick, and then a Power Axe build, and then... I don't know, what is the most noob-friendly build of all time? Probably this, right? It's gotta be. Bulwark fencing of anything. I actually think that's true. I actually think there are easier builds than that in the game. I think it's Vanguard Melta. Because Vanguard's healing perks all run themselves. You just don't get the free damage. I appreciate your videos, man. You're the GOAT. Thank you very much, dude. Thank you for watching, King. Thank you very much. Hey, love the channel. Started SMT recently and just got my first prestige. Hell yeah, Robbo. That's a big W. That's a big W. FTG Hero Sniper viable on console? I mean, yeah, if your aim's good. I mean, you have aim assist, so yes. Yeah, your YouTube videos have severely helped me be better in Space Marine 2. I appreciate it. I'm glad they could help out. Okay, let me post this in post. 26th of February is the date for tech. Okay. Now we have all that sorted. We shall play game. We're gonna rerun decap again, and then we're gonna do nightmare runs. Thank you, brother, for the answer. No problem, brother. When are you gonna be playing Helldivers, brother? Probably never. Why would I play? This is a 40k channel. I don't play Helldivers. I played it 1 time, like years ago, or like a year ago. Helldivers, dude. Why would I do that? Why would I subject myself to that?
Lieutenant Titus predicts the Tyranids Hive Tyrant is leading a swarm along a corridor toward the astropathic relay. We are inserting you near a bridge held by the Imperial Guard that intersects with its path. You will level the whole structure and crush that Xenos monstrosity in the collapse. Visual on drop zone. Setting down. Assist in the defense.
There we go. Okay.
The Xenos Overlord has entered the kill zone.
Wonderful.
An inglorious death for an ignoble alien overlord. Fitting.
Did they reveal the secret thing yet? No. That's a Thursday? It certainly is. That's usually when they release all the things, though. Brace yourself, FTG soon to be bombed with... What is the TECHMARINE release date? Dude, this is my favorite thing ever, is people go like, why have you said the release date 7 times? Because you asked me 15 times. It's the hubris of one person that's terminally online to think that everybody has the exact same information as them at all times. Not everybody reads a newsletter. Tragically. But we do have new information today.
Another alien falls to the
Just shot that. What's up, Dio? That's what I call you, Dio, because that's where your stand is. Your stand is the Worldo. Roda roller. Go here. Gonna be a nightmare difficulty trying to get on teams at TECHMARINE. I'll just have to like call in the special forces. I'm sure I'll have people in chat be willing for me to level with them. At least 2. Right there for you. Still at 20p stream. What's going on Twitch, dude? I have no fucking idea. Their bitrate's been god awful recently. I mean, I upped my bitrate again, and like just will not function. I've had it where like before I've streamed in 2K and it only gave me a 720 option below 2K. It's like you either had a 2K monitor or you were stuck at 720p. It's so stupid. Ooh, a melt-a-bomb. Your burnout resistance, warp resistance is insane. A true Emperor's Angel of Death. I don't feel burnout. I told people this for a year. I told this for a long time that I don't really experience burnout in games or anything I do. As long as there's a reason to keep doing it, which there obviously is, so.
The world this Xenos sought to consume now consumes its carcass.
Wow. Fucking robbed me of that. Forced me to a gun strike. Bonk bonk. For the bit rate, thank you, Froggy, for the 100 bits. There we go. So with a heroic power fist, you can actually gun strike the zone probes as long as you I'll grab you. We'll even reach them? I don't think so. Whatever. We'll do it this way.
Xenos hunger is insatiable, but the Imperium is dominant. Jump back, refuel.
Can you carry me to Havoc 40? Well, let me see. What game am I playing right now? Looks like Dark Tide to me. This is not a Mr. E stream.
Another alien falls to the Imperium's.
At what exact hour does TECHMARINE release? Probably, I can actually probably give you an answer to this. It's probably gonna be like 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. Probably 7 a.m. EST. Because that is historically true in the other passes. Maybe 5 a.m., but like definitely the morning. They very rarely ever do. I don't think they've ever done an afternoon release in my time zone.
The world is
I don't suppose if you know whether or not we're getting Red Corsair decals. I can't answer this. You are indeed getting a Red Corsair chapter marking. So you can put that on the PvE ones as well. I actually forgot to put that in the video. But yes, you can do that.
the Xenos infestation is stemmed for now.
I forgot, when does the TECHMARINE come out? It comes out February 26th.
Imperial thunder release. Jump back, refuel. Our foes patrol well.
Tightest breastplate from the campaign as a Twitch drop. My life is yours. I wouldn't mind that. That's probably one of the best chest plates in the entire game.
Xenos hunger is insatiable.
Ow. Where the barrel is going.
Imperium is dominant.
For this. Sorry, I'll land on him again.
It must be destroyed. I am the righteous storm. Test Xenos has met its end.
How do you turn off bots and stratagems? You can't yet. You will be able to next patch in the custom stratagems mode. You won't get any XP for it, but they're also removing XP from hard strats in general pretty soon here. What's up, y'all? Hope everyone's day is going well. My day is going well, Plonk. How are you, Plonk? Not to be confused with Plank. You know, a wise man once said, life has many doors, Ed boy. So, words to live by. And I'm pretty sure there was a guy with a flank in that show. Truly wise words, yes.
That pitiful Xenos was but an abhorrent blight. Into the breach once more.
How many hours do you have in Space Marine 2? At least 10 minutes. At least 14 minutes.
This soil shall bear the corpse of a hive tyrant.
Which game is this? This is Space Marine 2.
Standards. Locate enough to demolish the bridge.
Mostly pizza. I think the prime sub. Mostly pizza.
Another
Why is he
alien
mostly? Why is he mostly pizza?
take heed. Lictors will seal the earth.
There must be more charges somewhere amongst this confusion.
Thing.
The lictor now wears the shroud of death. The enemy suffers. See us threatened there.
Oh, should I grab that guy?
There must be more charges
I
somewhere
didn't know he's
amongst
gonna
this confusion.
prep another shot for me there. You thought this was the new WoW expansion? I mean, did you think World of Warcraft could come with graphics like this? Hell no. You only see graphics like this in a World of Warcraft trailer. What's up, Doc? How you doing? Let's grab this. Pretty sure these guys are called the Zerg. Alright, I know chat's trolling right now. Listen, your comedy is noted. It is varying levels of funny.
The world this Xenos sought to conceal, now consumes.
24-hour stream confirmed February 26th. We'll do it at least one day while the TECHMARINE on TECHMARINE launch at some point. Probably though. That's probably the best day for it, to be honest. I have a couple collabs coming up then too.
I am the righteous storm.
Explosive offering prepared.
Do we know if custom strategy missions are offline or match made? I'm pretty sure you have to be on the server to actually play them, but they are. You can play them with other players. I don't think you can actually matchmake with them though. Maybe you can. I didn't try that at all on the Puppet Test server.
Let
Rain cleansing fire.
Real talk. All right, explosive charge. Grab this one. Defense mechanism is like just an absolute crutch perk on this build. Or really any build. It's like that. It's the only crutch perk this class really has. As armor reinforcement.
Bless this detonator.
Do you do this full time or are you unemployed? I am definitely unemployed. And that's why you should buy my channel membership, because otherwise we're going to be starving.
Explosive offering prepared. We need only await the creature now.
The Hive Tyrant will reach your position shortly. Join the Imperial Guard defense.
Buy my NFTs, yeah.
And power that Xenos Colossus into the kill zone.
SCG has NFTs. We have endless NFTs.
jump past refused.
NFT, haven't heard that term in a while. You may have not heard the term NFT in a while, but
But the Imperium is
NFTs are still everywhere. There's like, they kind of hide themselves, you know? They hide in plain sight. Like combat knives in CSGO. The FTG rug pull when FTG coin. FTG, what does the pinned comment say? Okay. The trolling begins again, I see.
Astartes! We were not expecting such illustrious company in the rear ranks.
I don't know how they're still around, even though there's plenty of examples of people who lost hella money. Okay, listen, nobody ever said people as like a general concept are intelligent, right? There wouldn't keep being rug pull coins if people stopped getting rug pulled, alright? Let's put it that way.
Negative. The objective is the Hive Tyrant on the bridge. Defend this position until the Tyranid command unit is executed.
Understood, my lord. May the Emperor guide our Lascans to your support. Incoming! Ready up! Show the Emperor's angels what they are!
There's always a grift, that's true.
Over the bridge. Another throng bears down the bridge.
Commencing reload.
They're stacking up!
Hello, bro. When is the update? I just started seeing the stream. It's on the 26th of February.
On its way. But it is a horde of Xenos between you and it.
They are over
Dig in
the
for the
walls.
long haul.
Let us hunt.
You have its attention.
Would you ever consider doing a video about what order you recommend buying the heroic weapons in for new players? As a matter of fact, I already have that video partially made, so yes. I'll give you a sneak peek. Number one, I would say things like that. Heavy weapons in general are really good because heavy weapons really suffer from damage numbers more so than like fencing weapons do, because you can kind of make up for like a shitty melee weapon by having a high gun strike on your secondary, like having like a relic to your heavy bolt pistol. For ranged weapons, like a heavy plasma just sucks ass if you don't have any perks attached to it, or like any higher tier variants. So I would recommend things like heavy bolter, heavy plasma, because these are not transferable weapons in other classes. They're exclusive to heavy. So leveling them up on their own does kind of suck. Those are pretty good for that. Other options would be things like the heavy bolt rifles coming out. That's on a lot of classes. That can make leveling your class itself a bit easier, but... When does the Twitch drop start? Part of the update? Yeah, they come out on the 12th. On the 26th, most likely. They haven't given us an official date for the Twitch drops, but they should be out the exact same week. Likely the same day. They usually do them the day of. They did that for every other patch. They had Twitch drops attached to.
Give the Hive Beast a moment. Detonate the charges now.
See how long you can hold out in this part? I've actually done that before, but the game just crashes eventually. Alright, what else we got here?
Tyranids! Tyrannus!
They are over the walls. Let us punish them for it. Die, beast!
Deltawing. We have given the infernal Xenos a fitting burial.
Have they said what the Twitch drops are, or did I miss it? So, we don't know exactly what the Twitch drops are yet. We do know that they're going to have, like, a one weapon skin, I believe, and one chest plate confirmed. So, there's at least one armor part. And chest plates are usually pretty popular, so... But I won't lie, the quality of Twitch drop cosmetics is usually lower than, like, the cosmetic DLCs, because they put less effort into them. Some of them are pretty good, though. Like, Aquila chest plate, pretty cool.
Word is bond. This void
One
soul
armor part.
behemoth has seen
I mean, it could be
its
more.
last
They haven't
day.
confirmed. How to link Twitch to your account? If you go to like the pros website, it's like it's by Focus. Focus will have it all attached to their stuff. That's how you link them. Do accolades cap at 1K or 2K? They cap at 1K, and the reason for that is because they want you to keep playing. So if you were able to cap out at 2K, when they do have a massive heroic weapon release of like 6 items at once, you, the player, will not be required to play the game for very long. But if they cap it at 1K, you can't buy them all at once. You can this patch, mainly because this patch was like more of a bonus of heroic weapons. They weren't intending to release these 3 initially. But usually they have released heroic weapons in batches of 6. So they do that, so like if you're a dedicated player, you can buy half of them on launch of the patch itself. But you still have to go grind for the rest of them.
Jump pack refueled.
How's it going, FTG? Love the Bulwark Power Fist guide. I'm glad it could help, brother. Which one, though?
Terrorizing in our
There are like 4.
Pursue and eliminate. We will not have a better opportunity to finish it off.
Are you excited for not losing contested health in the grab next update? Yeah, I am very excited about that. Now, so for those of you unaware, in patch 12, they will be changing grabs to not drain contested health until the animation is actually done. Which means you'll still lose your armor and your HP, but you'll have a chance to get it back. Like right now, getting grabbed on your own, like without any teammate intervention, just means you just lost all your HP. Unless you have like a quantum controller from AliExpress.
The Xenos infestation is stemming. Rise for reinforcements. We are the nation of death. I'm airborne ready. Pay no heed to its lurking shadow. We are the hunters here. Swapping magazine. Jump back refuel. That pitiful Xenos was but a horror. Commencing reload.
Is there a link to the official release date of TECHMARINE? I mean, that is the official release date of TECHMARINE. It's in the pinned comment. That is confirmed directly by Saber's own community managers. Oh, they have it on their Discord too. Jackal Tenebrous for the raid. What's up, Jackal? It's been a minute. How are you? We're currently doing some questionable questionable gaming. How are we doing? We are doing good. I'm hyped for TECHMARINE. I'm also hyped for like things to actually level in this game. I posted on Instagram as well, that too. Let me go up here. We're just doing a good old heroic power fist run. Something to do, lol, for you. Yeah, it's been a while since there's been like anything like really unlocked in this game. Honestly, since patch 11, we haven't really had like a proper update to Space Marine 2 since November of last year.
The heretics' jamming must reach this far. The devious tricks of this creature will not deter us.
Okay. Big barrel through here. Grab that. When was the last time I leveled a class? There's actually, you can check the exact date for that if you go back far enough on my YouTube live stream, so you'll see the last time when I was doing like the prestige arc grind, that was when. It's like April of last year. Almost a year. And it sucked, might add. Get punked. Grab your tiny little brain. Oh, and a relic.
This will sustain me in my darkest hour.
Though I still had to like level up the power axe and stuff like that in the Pyre Cannon, but that's a lot easier than leveling up the class. Bang.
Xenos lurkers stamped out. us no more.
I hope they were able to resolve most of the issues of the class. They'll probably resolve at least 2 out of 5 of them. That's my expectation.
Wounds of the Imperium.
Classes are a grind. They certainly are. I would say they're arguably the worst grind in the game.
Together we go. Have you realized? The Emperor demands your
Fine.
purgation.
Oh. Close.
The Xenos infestation is stemming. Reloading magazine.
Armor reinforcement makes this boss a joke. Oh. There we go. That's the proper time for that. Punch you.
Rejoice! We have more punishment.
Who's ready for new ordeals? I mean, if they add new things to unlock in the ordeals, I will care a lot more than I do now. You should just completely face roll this dude. Incredible.
Xenos avenging angel exposed.
Heroic Power Fist be like. Right, there we go. That's the Heroic Power Fist with defense mechanism that time. That's probably one of the easiest assault builds for obvious reasons, especially versus Tyranids, where all you really have to do is just execute and shoot gun. And easy W. Okay. We're playing Nightmare runs after this, but for now... Guys, see your build? I'll be posting a whole video about that one, but... Pretty much the same as the other one I posted a while back. We're gonna play Bulwark now. What's the easiest Bulwark build ever? Probably using Armor of Contempt. I'll take Scramble Targeting here because this perk sucks ass. If you're like, once you learn how to play Bulwark, this perk is garbage. It just does not come into play. This one's way better. Even this one's better. But if you're like brand fucking new to the game, this perk actually does come into play quite a bit. Mainly because if you don't know the enemy attack patterns and you don't know how to animation cancel with this class very well, you will be blocking through shield all the time. So, probably the better options for players. Okay. We will take all of this. Perfect, perfect. Hey FTG, would you make a small video on how to do the trick to keep the heroic heavy plasma from overheating? I'm on PS5, can't figure out how to do it. I mean, just hit your, all you have to do is hit your reload button as soon as you fire your gun. Really all there is to it. That is all there is to it. It's a pretty niche mechanic though. Here, we'll play Exfiltration on this one, why not? So we got a confirmed date for TECHMARINE? Sure do, read the pinned comment. 26th of February is the when TECHMARINE comes out. What's up, Epsilon? You can't see that side of the screen. Oh yeah, that's true. You're on the shorts format. I'm too used to the Pyroblaster with Kraken rounds. I mean, that shit's OP as fuck. That shit's hilariously OP.
Ignoble meat. Atmospheric conditions are suboptimal to mission deployment and evacuation.
Alright, so kill a Hive Tyrant, not even Hive Tyrant, Qui-Gon. Been here about the TECHMARINE for like 2 months. Well, we had a PTS and that shut down, and now we have the other stuff here.
Take heed, Meridian. Trigon target acquisition vectors are unknown. Best to keep moving and stay together. Projecting a sense of tactical dominance may deter it from attacking. For now.
Let's go on FTG SM2 news today. Looking forward to the 26th. For the 26th looking pretty fucking peak, I gotta say.
Silence intimidates fire, shit. Fresh cartridge.
Thoughts on healing bulwarks? I mean, it's a good option in the game. Whatever the thoughts you want. I think it's fine to have a crutch perk in a game. Like, if you have healing perks, it's not like taking away from other people's gameplay. Because, like, let's put it this way, all a healing perk in a video game like this does is up the margin for error for you and your entire team. The reason they nerf things that do ridiculous amounts of damage is because that can actively take away from the gameplay loop of other people. It makes the game easier, but in a different way.
This locus gives us a tactical advantage. Tarry not and scatter not. Galaxy is the door to power. Execute that one.
Let's put it this way. If, let's say you're playing Space Marine 2 and your teammate has a grenade launcher and kills everything in front of you, what are you, the player, doing? Nothing, because they just killed the entire map for you. But if they give you a healing perk, your game is also easier. but you're still gonna have to kill the enemies. You're still doing something in the game. You just have a far greater margin for error for what you're already doing. So I don't think healing perks are a problem with Space Marine 2 at all, because I think games like this should have newbier options and stuff like that for newer players. That's good. It's only a problem if it takes away from everyone's experience, like something's too strong for that degree.
Behold, the supremacy of
That one's fully reserved for you. And every last Xenos for the Imperium. This
Bang.
has touched death. This galaxy's the floor.
Multi-bomb, that's nice.
The Imperium provides. Reload. Load up. Here comes the Trigon.
Power Axe is just peak, it really is dark magic. All my homies love the Power Axe. You can definitely tell the Power Axe in Space Marine 2 is a post-launch weapon because there's a lot more to it than, say, the Power Sword. Power Sword was actually pretty good, though, to be fair, compared to like a lot of the other movesets in the game. The idea of a stance switch is pretty nice in Space Marine 2. I wish more weapons had like unique mechanics like that.
A lift station lies just ahead, Meridian. Considering the Trigon's presence is incidental.
Power Axe better than the Fist? It's not better, but I mean, in some cases it can be.
Closer to Metrian's Keep.
But overall, the Power Fist is better.
the lift is within our
Still a very strong weapon, though.
I have transmitted no authorizations.
Perhaps we can disorient the beast if we reposition frequently.
Transport lift status.
Red light purple flag.
Begins, ceases. Begins, ceases.
Ignore the servo's guard and focus on footholds.
I agree the Power Sword is great. It was my go-to before the Power Axe. I think the Power Sword, even though it's not the strongest weapon, it's a very fun weapon. It also looks cool. Also, Power Swords in 40k are very popular because they're cool as fuck. That's the real answer, like everything in Space Marine 2, is what's cool. Probably the most popular option. Heavy Bolt Rifle is pretty cool. Power Sword's pretty cool. Power Axe is definitely cool. Power Fist is, like, hypothetically cool. It's probably the most boring weapon in this game, though. In my opinion. Any reason you're using the Fencing Axe over a block weapon right now, FTG? Well, I'm trying to make this build for newer players, and I assume they don't want to use a block weapon if you're brand new. Those block weapons just require more of your... It's not that block weapon parrying is actually difficult in this game. It's that they do require you to actually know the movesets of the enemies, which is inherently going to be more difficult for like a brand new player. They don't interrupt the enemy attack until you get both block charges. Meanwhile, the fencing weapon... You stop them like that. Power Fist needs better execute animations. You know, it's interesting you bring that up because I agree. Actually, a pretty good reason as to why I think the Power Fist feels so bland at times is because its execute animations are just really limited. Power Axe, though. This thing's got godly animations.
No foe and foe can withstand us. Take cover! Searching round.
Bureaucracy and life that I frustrate.
Skitters the terrain.
The quality between post-launch execution animations and launch execution animations is pretty big. I definitely agree. I mean, you can definitely tell. Power Axe is not a launch weapon in Space Marine 2. And it has way better animations because of that. Same thing on the Cyan X, that more people will be able to engage with pretty soon.
But now, the uncomfortable sensation associated with relief cools my remaining skin. Be warned, Viridian. Metrian cannot hope to stand against you alone.
What's the best class in general in this game? This one.
The Xenos swarm will devour you.
Bulwark's just the best class in Space Marine 2 at the moment.
Enslaved that servant's
It's not the only good class, though.
mouthpiece. But if a word zero
If we're talking like parts, traps, and operations, I mean, it goes to the top in Group Siege, it goes to the top in operations, it goes to the top in hard traps. It's just a god tier class. It's the GOAT.
You pass the correct door, it won't.
TECHMARINE is okay. Bulwark is the best. What's the worst? Probably Vanguard or Sniper. Has to be Sniper. I mean, Sniper deals more boss damage than Vanguard does. And more melee damage. And bosses are the hardest part of Space Marine 2. Vanguard's just a team perk bot. I mean, I put out a post a while back asking people, like, what do you think the strongest class is, like, out of these three? And the people that said Vanguard was top, none of them even said the best build for Vanguard was the reason why. It was just kind of funny to me. It's all talking about healing, when healing isn't even the strongest build in Vanguard currently.
Starties. The facility is well stocked in mining gear. Requisition melter charges to eradicate the tunnels and halt the infestation.
Find the melter ordnance.
What class did you say this was? This is Bulwark. Currently playing the Bulwark class.
Purify their fetid tunnels with the melter charges.
Comparing classes is like the difference between 10 out of 10s and 8.5 out of 10s. Pretty much. Like, you know, when we say, what is the worst class in Space Marine 2, we're really saying, like, it's the 6th best class in Space Marine 2. None of them are bad right now. Some are just better than others.
Galaxy's not yours. Melter charge acquired. Plant the melter charges atop their moldering passageways.
Execution Vanguards gets pretty boring fast. Let's go to the flowchart build. There is just it's what do you call it? Okay. It is just a flowchart build, which is pretty fun at first, but it's also like the only even particularly top tier build for the class.
The melter charges atop their moldering passageways.
Also very gimmicky.
Cleanse those Xenos passages. Purify their fetid tunnels with the melter charges. The passages are purified. Keep scanning for signs of triumph. Step careful. Xenos tunnel up below. The soil no longer trembles at the ravenous presence.
What would be an interesting Vanguard build if you had a choice? Well, I don't think Vanguard's like that boring on its own. It's just its damage is so low. So the number one thing to be fixed on Vanguard is like the god-awful grapnel targeting. If they remove the 10-meter limitation, like you have to be 10 meters away from the enemy, and they also made it so it didn't endlessly prioritize range enemies, and also based on your FOV, or change based on your FOV, it would feel way better. The targeting is the worst part. Like you play Assault. Assault's ground pound targeting is not perfect, but it is like magnitudes better than whatever the fuck is going on with Vanguard.
I must drag you back into the light.
Also, if you had Overcharge, because he's the only melee class in the game that doesn't have an Overcharge perk. And Overcharge is like the best melee damage perk in the entire game. And also, his built-in melee perk, Melee Mastery, isn't even multiplicative, it's additive, even though the exact same perk on Sniper is not only a better percentage, but it's also a multiplicative perk. So he's kind of fucked over in a lot of ways, but I'm pretty sure that's a bug. Overcharge for heavy boot. Mega stuff.
Stand firm. I expect her to rout Xenos to assault your locus.
Dig in and defend. No foe we crush the ravenous brood. Neuro, so, what's for psychic onslaught?
I think I was on a different elevation up there.
The fewer psychers Xenos have, the better.
You know, Indy always says that the power sword is like the fencing power sword is one of the best feeling melee weapons in this game. I definitely agree. Fencing power axe, fencing power sword, these weapons feel pretty good to use. Like I think that generally having a faster attack speed on your weapon is more entertaining than a slow attack speed. You get to engage more of the moveset, but that being said, block weapons still slap. Maybe they'll look into that with like a heroic version.
Stay alert.
Got body blocked. Oh, there we go. Well, my plan was to drop a bomb on them, but I was hoping to get the banner on the boss. My cooldown came back a little too slow, though. Unk build OP, holy. Yeah, this is truly the Unk build. Really hard to die in this one. We did take Seal Within on this run. Armor Reinforcement's probably easier to run for a lot of players, but honestly, I think damage reduction is very important on this class, so on any class, really. Very valuable stat in Space Marine 2, mainly because Space Marine 2 is a game where some damage is unavoidable, because you, the player, are just not in control of certain things. There we go.
The chapter master will be pleased.
The Calgar will indeed be pleased. I'm sorry. Who's the chapter master of the Dark Angels? I don't fucking remember. Tourist moment.
Commencing signal severance.
Azrael? Yeah. So. Who's the chapter master of the Iron Hands? I also forget that one. I think that one's less known, though.
Dig in and defend.
Do you ever play Deep Rock Galactic? It's all I've been playing lately. I haven't played Deep Rock Galactic in years.
Leaving the destruction rings.
Now, speaking of, like, funny meme games, I know Mr. Bones said he wanted to play Space Beast Terror Fright. And I love that game. So that would be fun.
Perhaps we ought to deploy with a techno.
And for those of you who don't know what that game is, it's like the greatest, like, third-party 40k game ever. Oh yeah, and also Froggy says he wanted to play. Let's see.
Remember Project Zeta 6? As my theorems predicted, your life vector has converged with renegade factors, and Zeta 6 was a waste of computational resources and
Oh, you played Bolt Gun? It was okay. I think Bolt Gun's okay. You know, if I had to rank my top 5 upcoming 40k games, I don't think Bolt Gun's even on it. I'll give you the top 5 right now. I'll probably make a video one day. My top 5 upcoming 40k games are in this order. Mechanicus 2, no, probably Dawn of War 4, and then Dark Heresy, and then Space Marine 3, and then we all know what's coming next. Cold War 40k. Okay, well.
The generator has need of a power cell.
Are there more than 5 games coming? There are a lot of games coming for 40k all the time. I've seen people saying like Total War 40K is gonna suck on launch. I'm like, dude, I guarantee you, the people who are gonna have a major problem with Total War 40K are not gonna be 40K fans. It's gonna be like die-hard historical Total War fans because they bitch about every single game that's come out since Fantasy became the most profitable property for Creative Assembly. And then it will be the other die-hard Fantasy fans after that. But at the end of the day, that game's coming out for console. There's going to be such an enormously new market for it that I don't think Creative Assembly's going to give a shit. Because like that game is a million wish lists on Steam, okay? It's just going to be disgustingly popular no matter what. And like to pretend it's not because some upset players that were rightfully burned. Well, I should say rightfully upset at Creative Assembly for burning them on some DLC packs. Which is not cool by Creative Assembly, to be very clear. My main point here is that it's going to be popular no matter what. It could have the worst launch ever, and it would still be the most popular 40K game, and probably the most popular Total War game as well. I think that game is probably going to be the most simplistic Total War game, but I don't think its player base will give a shit. Because there'll be so many new casual players of it. And that'll probably upset diehards, but as has been proven time and time again, companies only care about the mass market.
Stop that target from riding fresh warriors. Commencing signal severance. Leaving the disruption radius.
I can't wait for clunky menus and control thanks to console adaptation for Total War. We'll see. I mean, Halo Wars was one of the best. I believe Creative Assembly helped on Halo Wars 2, if I remember correctly. I know Ensemble Studios made Halo Wars 1, and like both those games did a great job on console. There's just piles upon piles of corpses, true. The Tyranids can physically not get through the door anymore, or through the hallway, because the bodies are too high. We stop the advance of the Horde by stacking bodies in the doorway.
Science, Matrion. Meridian, confirm possession of her quivering mass of computation.
Doesn't read this voice chat. I do sometimes. Let's grab this.
The asset does not seem to have anything left to say.
Pilot, Meridian is ready for evacuation. Sending updated extraction coordinates to you now.
Okay. Dude, look at this guy. He's just zooming away, you little bastard. Twitch, you don't reach. No, FTG, you don't read Twitch, and you never did. That's definitely not true at all. I just don't read brain rot. I don't read it out loud. Alright, that's a lot of guys. I played this game for the first time in a few months on Saturday night while blasting music and drinking. Truly an amazing experience. Ah, yes, the Horus Hennessy is a... really magnificent experience. Brain rot? Only highly intellectual matters discussed here in Twitch chat. Oh yeah. Exclusively highly intellectual thoughts. Listen, the hierarchy of chats goes like YouTube, Twitch, Shorts, comments.
No going back.
FTG, I'm no longer fun employed. Get me through work. The fucking job you working able to watch a Twitch stream. I guess it's actually pretty common. Surprisingly common. What? FTG said we're last? No, you guys are second. Shorts comments are last. Chop, chop.
Our banner awaits unfurling.
Alright, let's go over here.
Keep going forward. Ammunition here.
What do you use for your parry, block, and dash bind? It's all vanilla. All vanilla.
I cannot land with that burrowing abomination lurking about. Deep scans have penetrated the atmospheric disturbances and Metrium's meddling code. Trigon vulnerability data pushed to your displays.
Focus on the gaps in the Trigon's exoskeleton.
Big fucking AoE on that. Alright, see them stepping to dig up now. Yep. I was generally going to ask for the release save. I knew FTG would get pissed. I looked around. I don't think I get pissed for people asking. It's just a funny joke. One day we'll do an FTG Crash Out compilation. They all starved and they said Bonds of Brotherhood's good.
Filthy Xenos aberrations! Purge them all! Trigon counterattack!
How many tours did a guardsman tour if a guardsman could tour tours? At least one. The answer is at least one. Maybe two. Maybe three. Hello from Sweden. Hello from US. What difficulty is this? Anyone know? Obviously minimal. That's absolute. It's absolutely minimal. Definitely. Alright, now that is over, it is time for the wonderful nightmare runs once again. We'll do a couple hours of these. We beat it twice yesterday. We did once on Exfiltration, one really easy one on Inferno. But, like, why not just get fucking reamed in this game every day, right? Okay, let's, play the game. It's time. Time for the difficulty mod. Is Nightmare a mod? Yes, it's just a difficulty mod. Well, the mod is actually called Absolute Plus. I just call it Nightmare because it's funnier to me. Perfect, perfect. It is time, everybody. All FTGs of getting reamed by Range Fam coming true live on stream. I don't think we've played this one yet with Bulwark that much. We did like one Inferno one a while back. I didn't know if it was called Absolute Plus. I blame you for misleading me, FTG. I probably should just put it. I mean, Hypex made it. Hypex actually sent it to me because he's my friend. But I just call it Nightmare difficulty. So if you see anybody else calling it Nightmare difficulty, they got that from me. The fucking posers. They want my glorious titles. I won't lie though, I have done irreparable damage to all true solo titles in Space Marine 2's community for all time. It all started out as a funny little joke, dude. Now everyone does it. Damn it. Is 13th tour guardsman a thing? I'm sure there's at least one guardsman that's made it past 13 tours. Call Ultra Nightmare next. That's true. Ultra Nightmare runs. Well, I got the idea of Nightmare because Doom Eternal has, like, or Doom the Dark Ages has Nightmare, Doom Eternal has Nightmare, and Zambit's a fan of that, so I was like, huh, it's funny. What if I call it Nightmare? Black Templar time. What the build shall we use, chat? What are we playing today? Focus Restoration. Gasp. Icon. Maybe. Mayhaps a bit of Icon. A bit of the Merciless Resolve. Defensive Mastery. Or Emergency Countermeasure. It's all gonna go to shit no matter what, so. Today we block axe. As we have done many times before. And we'll surely do again. It's reclamation time. Please don't give me a Neurothrope. Nightmare is great. This will leaves room for hell. That's true. You wake up from a nightmare. Everyone does the FTG titles now. I know. I got them from Takivo and Helldivers because he said, last Fusel dominates when the game came out. I said, I could dominate with a Power Fist. And then I just kept going with adjectives from there. The Ultra Nightmare run. What camera speed do you use FTG and FOV? I don't know the fucking camera speed. Is that even a setting in this game? My FOV is 1.25.
37 hours, 12 minutes ago, the Imperial cruiser Wrath of Espandor in orbit around
FTG about to flip out and realize found the fencing axe? Hold on, wait. Did I? Uh-oh. Oops. It's on FTG stream. I don't put on the wrong item. Alright, 1 second, people, to chat. We must obtain coffee, among other things, and then, continue on. Okay. Let's try that again. No, you took the block axe to the fencing skin, it looks like. No, we just took the fencing axe. Oops. Here we go. Okay. Exfiltration. Reclamation. Sensitivity? I have no idea what my sensitivity is. No clue. Now it's time to launch up the Brazilian funk. Mods detected? Yes. This is a difficulty mod after all. You get to see spawns like this in your vanilla game. This is how Reddit describes Absolute. Here we go. Government hooker Lady Gaga. Slowed and reverb best part loop Daddy Toji Fushiguro. Alright, perfect. Then like a little bit of JJK brain rot from my solo run.
value of the Wrath of Espandor is twofold. Its cyclonic arsenal and its proximity to several Tyranid war vessels. Combat Squad Phaedrus is...
What is Nightmare? Saying that a horrific moment in your dream.
Additional squads are inbound to secure objectives. Make your way to
I'm
the
talking
Ordnance
about
Depot
Fonk. Yeah, you heard me.
and take control of the plasma cores.
I was there when Fonk was invented, okay?
For a crushing blow to the Xenos scum.
Telesso, this is Combat Squad
What the
Phaedrus.
fuck kind of word slop was that? You heard me?
Progress towards
It's a song we're listening to. If you type it into YouTube, you find the same video.
Remain vigilant.
Link the Fonk playlist. There is no playlist. The playlist is in my mind.
Keep moving. The Ordnance Depot is deep within the belly of a Mortis-class cruiser. Eradicate every trace of Xenos existence.
FTG was in the favela. Yeah, dude, I was there in Modern Warfare 2 favela. Where were you?
That silence the tyranny. Our adversary was stop their course. Stop that target from riding fresh warriors. See nothing to the tithering Xenos. This galaxy's not going to
It's a very tight corridor, huh? So do that.
trust the ravenous brute. Tyranids dispatched.
Streamer, what did you think of episode 4 of season 3 of JJK? I think season 3's been great. I don't remember which one was even episode 4. Was that the Maki murdering everybody? Pretty good.
Skithers the great.
Pretty sure FTG is younger than me, but sometimes I wonder. FTG is 58. Not obvious.
Multiple contacts swarming our locus. What is your status?
The Maki slaughter.
Performing
That's a big W.
objectives, Phaedrus.
Good. We have drawn their focus. Keep
Phaedrus, try again.
Maki's stronger than Toji. And the only people who disagree with that are Copers. In fact, Maki's so strong she upskilled Toji. And you'll see why one day. They have a traffic jam in this corridor, true.
Combat Squad Heraton reporting. We lost Fox contact with Combat Squad.
Is the mod making the Majora's enemies bigger? Yeah, so basically the purple ones here, they heal everybody around them, including bosses, and the big ones are like enraged enemies,
Our objective is to
pretty much.
secure the cyclonic warheads at all costs.
Warning appreciated, Captain. Stand firm. Fight hard.
Is this modded? Nah, dude. This is just absolute difficulty, definitely. Haven't you ever seen the purple glowing guys in your absolute games? Are we colorblind people? No, this is a modded difficulty. It's just much harder than absolute. It's minimal difficulty, actually.
Let us remake this vessel into an instrument of retribution.
For this purple guy, if I can. Oh, I got him.
Where shall I plant this flag? This shit beats the gun. Crush the ravenous brood. Filthy thieves borrowed for the last time. Unleashing fragment. Lesson steps amplify our magic. This galaxy's not your silence the trembling cries.
Sending fragments.
Easy.
Your horde. Fixing for the Imperial. Behold the supremacy of Ultra. Execute that one. Let them summon aid. Steel yourself. More are coming. Ready to deploy.
The average son of Dorn, pretty much. It's just the power of Little Dorn's gene seed.
Give us the wings.
That clusterfucking here. I just want to check the gene seed spot. Like, not gene seed, Guardian Relic. No, nothing there. Okay. We're actually going to be here for 15 years if we don't move on, so we're just going to move on up.
The Imperial Navy has impressive armaments. All this firepower. We will afford this cruiser one last attack.
Oh. FTD, would you ever add AI voice text to speech? Fuck no. Why would I ever do that? The stream? Or do you mean like text to speech as like for super chats? Yeah, sure. I would do for super chats. I would not do for anything else, so. It would drive me nuts otherwise. Alright. Anything else? I don't remember where all the relics are in this map.
Reporting in. The bridge is lost, as are my squad brothers. I am cut off from our planned route to the ordnance depot. Calculate
shall I plant this flag?
That's all thanks to the Brazilian funk blasting in my ear right now. That's how we made it this far. Right, no relic. Copy, copy. Boss one at the end is gonna be the easiest part. I'm pretty sure you get a boss one up here too, so there's a potential of like 4 bosses. Depending on where we get them. Hive Tyrant's by far the worst option. Hive Tyrant plus anything. Hive Tyrant or Neurothrope. Carnifex is okay. But like, as long as we don't get a Carnifex or like mixed with a Neurothrope or a Hive Tyrant, that's when shit really gets bananas. Tyranid Prime, double Tyranid Prime, easiest boss fight in the game. Tyranid Prime, we sleep. Hive Tyrant, that's real shit. Hive Tyrants are just like ever present on the map. Alright, we didn't get it this time, okay. I don't even remember if there is a, where's it gonna go? Be a boss spawned in here, most likely.
Combat Squad Octavio reporting in. Cyclonic armament secured for now. Talasa, you are nearing the reactor cooling hall. Report on its condition when you arrive.
The cooling hall seems with Xenos.
All squads.
Space Marine 2 discount sale with TECHMARINE drops, maybe? I think there will be one.
Reinforce Octavio and protect the cyclonic armaments.
There will be.
Talasa, your new orders
They did it
are
last
to
time.
stabilize the reactor, cause a temperature spike, and the Tyranids may redirect their assault to you, buying Heraton and Octavio some time to prime the armaments. When you reach the reactor's cooling console, disable the emergency blast shields. Emergency blast shields retracting. Warning. Coolant rods exposed. Talasa, I need you to disable the entire cooling array. Concentrate fire on the exposed cooling rods.
Aim for the exposed rod sections.
George Shicey, thank you for the 5 tier 1s. Very much, George. Whatever. We stopped nothing. We stopped nothing. Alright, what other grenades are out there? Let me go check. Artifacts and Tyranid Prime. We can deal with that. Anything with a Tyranid Prime is like not perfect.
Stay alert. Please fire not again.
But it's okay. Comparatively. I want to get in on that guy though.
We slay a hive giant.
Oh, yeah, rid of the purple guys. That's good.
win some first. So, what's your sacrifice? Horde. A victory for the Imperial. Fresh magazine. Stop that target from running. The coolant rods are visible. That one's falling with third force. Now they're turning into station. Rush the ravenous food.
Oh, fuck. Got ping pong there. I should have played the sim over there. That's okay. That was just a fall. I should have moved back. There's no point to fight him there. Keyboard or controller? I mean, I would never touch this game with a controller, so keyboard. We got ping pong there. Rough. Shield bash plus 200% damage would be good for your build. I mean, yeah, but maybe we'll take that instead. Yeah, I kind of want the HP. Maybe we won't need it though if you have shield bash. We'll see. More damage is good. We'll take it to Inferno this time. Does overcharge perk with the power axe? Yes. It's a very tragic way for that one to end, though, I gotta say. It was all fine until then. We're actually past the hard part too. I just didn't pick up the stim.
Your mission is to use the stored promethium in the refinery to destroy the enemy swarm. Acadian. First, proceed to the Acadian outpost and establish their fate. You must then infiltrate the refinery and complete demolitions deployment. Trigger detonation only when the main swarm enters the plaza zone.
Shield bash is OP, but those healing. Especially in this mode where there's a lot of unavoidable damage. We'll see.
Running fresh warriors. Steal yourself! More are coming! Skither Street win! Launching frag grenade!
I'm eating my parries game. you. Oh, there's like back there. Nice. Now, I doubt we're gonna get as lucky again with the boss spawn, but we can pray. We get eventually. Do you think adding a cover system in range combat, it's gonna be god awful, the cover system. Holy fuck, can you imagine? It's not built for that at all. I do think healing is just better for this, to be honest. There's gonna be a lot of unavoidable damage on these guys. How many enemies are on screen? We do also get more stims. More banner uses, so maybe. Double zone grip, so fun.
Fresh magazine. Failed that opening.
Okay, we're just gonna restart that one. I'll have to take icons. Too lazy to play with the shield bash. Need to fix Bone Sword Warrior blocking first. Yeah, I think icons is better for that because there's so much of unavoidable damage with that many enemies on screen. Especially if you're getting like ping pong by bosses, you kind of want the heal plus the other thing. Well, notice someone said, FTG, you think adding a cover system would make range combat more engaging? I've been thinking about it from time to time about how to improve range combat. I mean, this game has... It would fun... Like, there's no place to put a cover system in this game. Like, what are you going to do? Like, pop out? You'd be hounded by melee warriors no matter what. I mean, the game will range spam you. It won't, like, not send enemies at you, though. Oh, what do you call it? Melee enemies at the same time. Let's go Blitz Engine. With the pushback perk for the Bash, you're gonna be a wall brother? No. Not on. That's not the issue. What's gonna hit you there at all? Be ranged enemies. Which that will do nothing for. We want melee enemies. Like, melee enemies are fine. You can mop, like, with Intimidating Aura Bulwark, you can mop up, like, probably an infinite amount of Sword Warriors. Or, like, Whip Guys. The issue is when you start to put in, like, a bajillion ranged enemies in there. Especially the ones that will stagger you. The knockback perk on the shield bash is god awful anyways.
Retaking those sectors is a lost
It's completely
cause.
redundant with the
Bombardment
block
always
charges.
risks collateral damage, so we need a more targeted approach.
How about having custodians in the game? No. They will never add custodians to Space Marine 2. You're not even getting librarians. Why the fuck are they putting in custodians like even stronger? Doesn't make any sense. You'd have to have like that's an entirely different faction on tabletop first of all.
Abarax's arid landscape. Dust schools can arise with little warning. If conditions obscure the path, look for the flashing guideposts.
There's a perk that can reflect ranged enemies at 10 meters around you. Yeah, that perk is also garbage. Like pathetic damage. Armor of Contempt's a god awful perk in this game. The mathematically bad perk. Also gets worse the better you get with Bulwark. I just fucking ate my HP. Thanks, bud. Look at this. That's the worst fight we got all day.
Sandstorm incoming.
I use that with my bash build. I'm just unstoppable. Depends on the playstyle, I guess. I mean, I'm also in a team of 3. Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now, Armor Contempt's not a good perk by like any stretch of the imagination. It has nothing to do with playstyle. It's just a worse perk than other options. It doesn't do damage, is the issue. It's like 20 damage per ping.
This shit beats never see a jump. That silence is truly survey the terrain while we can, brothers.
I kind of want him to come in with... Oh, these guys have the map? Cool. I think we actually have to restart off of that. If he went outside the map, there's no way. Yeah, he just flew into the fucking void. Okay. Yeah, but deflects 100% of range damage. Armor Contempt does not deflect 100% of the range damage you deal. It like the shield will stop 100% of range damage. We'll do that on its own anyways. Has nothing to do with the perk. Nothing to do with the perk. Armor of Contempt in Space Marine 2 is a perk that genuinely gets worse the better you get at the game. Because you won't be blocking that often with the Bulwark. And the harder difficulty mods and modes like Siege Mode, the only place it really comes into play is if you're like 2 feet in front of a Soul Can Terminator. Okay, we'll do that again. We just run on decap. Decap's the easiest. My perk I know is Intimidating Aura. Peak perk name. Intimidating Aura's cracked. The only small values perk can have is when you get gunned down by a Soul Can Terminus. I block always just to bash. It's working for me. Well, you won't be blocking to bash. You'll just be shield bashing. John Templar's build. Does when you go into Arcane instead of racist Space Marine with +2, brother? Maybe, Duncan. Maybe. You know, I would make the video on why Armor of Contempt is so fucking bad, but like... who really cares?
Lieutenant Titus predicts the Tyranids Hive Tyrant is...
To each their own, as long as you have fun with it. I mean, that's true, but if we're talking about which perks are good, it's only a matter of... It's not like a really up for debate, because some perks are better.
Then trigger the detonation.
Obviously, it's not up for debate when it comes to armor contempt and perks like Bonds of Brotherhood. The people that think that those perks are good don't really know how to play Space Marine 2. Or don't play at a very high level at all.
Meridian reporting. Approaching landing zone.
It's like the people who say assault's bad.
This is Talassa. Moving to objective.
Acknowledged. Proceeding to relay.
In the case of Bonds of Brotherhood, I think that perk is that's actually just for people that can't do math. Because it doesn't make any fucking sense if you just think about it for 2 seconds. Just how that'd be good, yeah. I made Bonds of Brotherhood, definitely. Do you have a shorts channel you recently made? I mean, I've had a shorts channel for ages. I post shorts on all my channels. There is no easier way to rage bait FTG than say Bonds of Brotherhood is good or Armor Contempt's a good perk. Put it that way. We'll say the heretical truths. Assault is an S tier class. Armor Contempt's a bad perk. Bonds of Brotherhood is also a 99% of the time bad perk. And all who disagree with that are bad at this game. And if they're not, go show like a wave 40 plus siege. Or a true solo of this. And then we'll care.
That silence continued to fire shit.
Truth's written in your chapter text. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple. If they're that good. Oh, TECHMARINE coming out 26. It's true. It's a shame Arc Contempt's so weak. I mean, it's like, it doesn't have like 0 use case scenarios. I think it's actually a great perk for new players. Only because they aren't really engaging with the animation canceling of the class, so it will still help them. I would put it in a new player guide, but I would not say the perk's good. Remember when the Power Fist got its range increase on heavy attacks, block defense style got reworked. True. I have a whole video on the animation cancel if you're curious though. Just type in like animation cancel bulwark. And my username, you'll find that. I have multiple videos on it actually, one of them's newer. I'll make another one. What would I know about what's good? I have fucking no idea, dude. I mean, the easiest way to tell somebody is like, okay, if you think a perk's good, post gameplay. If they don't post gameplay, who gives a shit about their opinion, right? Why would you ever ask the opinion of the O10 Yasuo? Which character's best in League of Legends? You wouldn't give a shit. But why would you listen to the opinion of someone in the game that says something's the best when you post gameplay for it? That's true, we only play minimal here. Actually, all this gameplay is fabricated because as you can see in the upper right corner, it says mods detected. That means we're out cheating. So it's all fabricated gameplay, and that's the only reason we think the perk's bad. Politics 101 post gameplay is true. I mean, 100% of people I've ever asked to do that who've had like a serious argument with me in my comment section have killed the post gameplay because they suck. I never call myself the best player at this game, but there are some things in this game that become fucking obvious if you play enough. And one of those things is Armor Contempt being bad. Bring things full circle. Alright, let's go over here. We're just gonna pull him up.
I can understand why the Astromanitari struggle to repel that ball. That silence intimidates the heart of the king.
For the mods, are they approved by the Primarch? I don't know if they're approved by the Primarch. I mean, they're approved by a Primarch, probably. Yeah, when is TECHMARINE gonna release? 26. 26th of February. Let's go see what's up, Sergeant Davian. Been a minute, dude. How you doing? You're already prime and a neuro throw? Okay, that kind of sucks, but we got the purge we wanted. I fucking hate neuro throws. Took a break from Xmas in January. Can't blame you, brother. Alright, let me keep this purple guy away.
This galaxy's the door. Ready to deploy. Fresh magazine.
Let God know I fucking despise Neurothrows with everything in my soul. Let it be known, chat, that this fucking enemy right here, this giant brain, is like the most disruptive, toxic enemy of all the boss options in Space Marine 2 currently. I don't actually mind Neurothrops on their own, but like when you stack them with like 50 billion melee enemies, they do really become... Where the fuck did he go? Alright, whatever. You're about to die. The only thing it cannot do is flatline you with one attack. I mean, it kind of can, though. It just does it in a roundabout way. It just drops, it can frame trap you so hard. Got the parry bug here. God, it's like, you know, I feel like Space Marine 2's combat system is so undervalued in like how much depth it could have, but as long as it has things like a parry bug built into it, it's just always going to be held back a little bit, which kind of sucks because it could be so good. Not terrible, but
Where shall I plant this flag? Skitter to the grave.
what's the parry bug? Sometimes your parries will just phase through enemy attacks, so you perfect parry, and it'll give you no perfect parry bonus. No stagger on the enemies. Just sticking an animation. Which might not sound like much until you're like betting on one armor segment and it throws off your entire gameplay loop. There we go. Solid banner right there. Thank you, Davian. Banner's a good ability. My main issue is frame traps in this game. I think, well, frame traps are pretty bad, but part of the reason they happen is because of that parry bug. Like, I think that is the worst bug in the entire game. They just have not fixed it. And I can only imagine the reason they haven't fixed it is because it's impossible. It might just be like a hard-coded issue, because the team that works on the game right now is not the team that initially made the game. So they might just have no idea what's going on, because it's been in there since launch. It's been better in a couple patches, but like, it's not even a geometry issue, it feels like. It happens on flat terrain, too. It happens more with certain enemies during certain patches, so I don't really know what the issue is. We'll see, maybe they'll fix it one day. It's not like utterly game-breaking, but it is pretty disruptive sometimes. How many years till Space Marine 3? Space Marine 3 is coming out at the earliest in 2029, they said. It's a 4-year dev cycle. The other one just ran away.
Going forward. Load up.
2029, that's not far away, actually. That's like 3 years, dude. Doesn't it make more work with block weapons? Yes, it does. That's been true since like patch 8.
Rally points reached, Lord Akaran.
The Munitorum does not store explosives to Codex Astartes standards. Locate enough to demolish the bridge.
only 3 planets this time. It's not too bad, actually. It's funny that Bulwark and Pyre Blaster attack are definitely the easiest to do this with. Obviously, it depends on the boss spawns you get, though, but I think the hardest boss spawns for this mode probably... I've never seen a Neurothroat plus Hive Tyrant. I'm sure it's possible, though. But the hardest ones... Probably Neurothroat from Carnifex or Neurothroat plus Hive Tyrant can get that. Trigon plus Neurothroat's also pretty brutal. So I'm pretty sure you can get the Trigon Inferno or like Exfiltration. Double Imura was neat, yeah. Hypex renamed it the first tour Imura after that. I don't know if it's still in the mod, but that's what he did in the next update, he said. Yeah, Murr's kind of a cursed boss, but only because I bought him since I played the campaign. I played the campaign in like nearly a year and a half. I think the best bet here is actually just wait for Banner. Come back to actually clear these out. Purity of Purpose will get rid of the Minotaurus and the Bramble around us. I guess we just do it though. Get a little bit of a lull here.
Charges wide.
Dispatched and dismantled. Crush the ravenous brood. Our banner awaits unborn.
I think the stratagem of the boss spawns outside the Turnus mod. This is the difficulty mod. Custom stratagems are actually be really cool though next patch. I'm also looking forward to those. I was actually just talking to my friend about this the other night, which is that Space Marine 2, I think it has a really good core system, underrated core system. I think most of the talk and most of the reason this game is like a console couch kind of like bad game is not because the system itself is like flawed. It's just because of the content that's available in the game. There's not like really challenged content in Space Marine 2. There's challenging content for the intended player base, but the intended player base is not like a super try-hardy one, which is fine. But like Siege mode and custom strats are the hardest modes to actually push. Those are the modes that would actually take proper min-maxing. And only one of those is even in the game currently.
Fresh cartridge. Fast with the Emperor's law. Our boats that bellow the global boats together.
They should add this mod as an actual live difficulty. I mean, I think difficulty mods are there for players who want them. If they add this as like an official difficulty, we already saw what happened last time they added difficulty. The game's player base just crashes out of it really dumb shit all the time. They don't like hard stuff. Or anything they can't complete they consider too difficult or like unfair, even though things like, here's a hot take. Launch lethal was not that unfair. Close proximity was not the worst. It's a fine modifier. It's not even as toxic as the modifiers you have now. But like triple extremis, the spawns on that, they were fine. These days though, and the player base has gotten better, and they could handle more. But you know, devs also have to keep in mind like who is my intended player base. Like you can't add in Lord Ishin from Sekiro into Space Marine 2 because the game's player base is just not that kind of player base. They'll get shit on. Meanwhile, like a FromSoft player base would be like, oh, this is great, we love this. But even then, look at Elden Ring with Shadow of the Earth Tree.
Astartes! We were not expecting such illustrious company in the rear ranks.
It was funny when the devs mentioned the current absolute was not really that punishing when it went batshit crazy. Well, because Space Marine 2's player base, the ones that complain on Reddit a lot, they're not very good at games. But they think they are, so they crashed out anything like that.
Without armor support to tackle a target that big, we may have to bring down the supply bridge.
All elements needed are prepared.
This is a withdrawal order. Negative. The objective is the Hive Tyrant on the bridge. Defend this position until the
Amaz, you're running a difficulty mod.
executed. Understood.
Make the game harder.
May the Emperor guide our lasguns to your support. Incoming! Ready up! Show the Emperor's angels what we are made of!
Let me give another fire on the bridge! More enemies on the bridge!
Got a pile up below. Don't let them climb. The Hive Tyrant is on its way, but it is a horde of Xenos between you and it.
Enemies on
Dig
our
in for the
position!
long haul.
Nonsense. Every game has Reddit yappers. Space Marine isn't special. I mean, Space Marine definitely has a more casual player base. Oh my god, that's fucking annoying. Space Marine definitely has a more casual player base than Darktide does, because the game is just fundamentally easier. Let's get blown up by more spore mines. Thank you. Thank you, game. Darktide's player base is significantly smaller than Space Marines as well. I love getting blown up by spore mines and a hidden crate.
Galaxy's the door!
Don't let up. They're still coming. You have its attention. It is moving to intercept. Apply more pressure. Guards over the wall.
Enemies on our position!
I don't know, it's kind of, I'll be real spare, it's fucking crazy to say that, like, every game just has Reddit yappers. Yeah, they do, but, like, Helldivers and Space Marine 2 definitely have more casual players as, like, a predominant part of their player base than Darktide does. And that's a question. They attract very different audiences. I mean, if a difficulty like Havoc 40 was even in Space Marine, players would want to play it and cry about it all day. The fact that rotten armor is even like a big topic in Space Marine, and excuse me, in Darktide, just tells you where the player base is at. Because if there was a mode like Havoc, most players wouldn't even be engaging with it. Space Marine 2. We wouldn't even have that conversation. Rotten Armor in Space Marine 2. Yeah, Rotten Armor in Space Marine 2. Love it. Confirmed, definitely. It would be arse. It would be.
Waste nothing, brothers. Do not be deterred by its awesome size.
Give the hive beast a moment.
I miss when the Acadians spoke Spanish. I miss when the Marines spoke Spanish in like past 9. Those are good times. You pray every day you get access to Dawn of War 4 Alpha? Oh, really?
Enemies of detonation. This is tenacity. The ambush was a success.
We get this.
It is not dead.
Our tactics were sound.
The swarm would go feral.
What heroic do you want to see and what does it do? I mean, listen, you're asking the wrong guy to design a heroic weapon in Space Marine 2, but I want a power axe. I want a block variant of any heroic weapon. I guarantee you the reason they haven't put out a heroic block variant yet is because most of the player base just does not engage with block weapons compared to like fencing and balance, because they're afraid to not have parries. So,
The target is still struggling under that
probably part of their decision making for that. That's just headcanon. Alright, Gene Seed. We're gonna drop that for like a Gardener like in 2 seconds. Oh, here we go. Yep, see?
A miracle.
Swapped. Alright, more nerve threat. Alright, this is actually a hard boss fight. Hold on. They want us dead, chat. The hive mind had heard my shit talk. And me without my banner.
We have trampled the chittering pirates.
Incoming spawner.
Alright, purple guy's gotta go. That purple guy hanging back there's gotta die. I guess we'll just push back here because I don't want to get bombardier. If we can pull him into the other elevator room, that'd be nice. I don't want to man fight the Carnifex till I have a banner up because the banner will make it very easy to just sit there and... Oh shit. I actually can't move through here. What the fuck? Does that guy even have a ping? I'm actually just body blocking here. Alright, I guess we'll use one sim. Okay. Well, I want a banner, by the way.
Incoming spawner.
There's a lot of shit to stop him in here. Well, not that wall apparently, but
Our banner awaits unfurled. Honor our captive colors.
if I can get rid of you, that'd be nice. At least most of you. And you. That'd be nice too. My god, dude, the balls are like perfectly placed. Finally. Okay, well, hard part's over. That's one of the hardest boss fights you can actually get in this mod. Is Neuro Throw plus Karn effects. It's so disruptive. The Karn effects is not too hard to kill if he's on his own. Like once you actually have the there's a healer just like camping in there, but like if you're stuck with like a billion miles of bramble, yeah, it kind of fucking sucks.
Ready to deploy. Inserting round.
Oh, thank you for camping him. The healer in there somewhere, but I can't really get to him right now. I know how this is gonna end. I can already smell. I can smell he's gonna James McAvoy me around the wall, or I'm gonna get brambled. All this fucking bramble that I can't do anything about because we're gonna run out of ammo. I'm gonna land. Thank you. No, never mind. Thank you for nothing. I should be able to kill him here. Well, we didn't waste the relic there. We waste both our sims, though. Well, it was only a waste if you live because of them. The Astartes mod? No, this is just an absolute plus one. It's just absolute, but more difficult with extra bosses. Astartes is pretty easy. Or I should say there's a difficulty mod for that too. A lot different from this, so. Okay.
Deny them any advantage. Our banner awaits unfurled.
We got.
Fire on those mines.
Okay.
Our glorious banner strengthened the foe one's back up. This rebel talents no more. Take cover! That silence truly defines Kittle.
Alright, we're gonna go move up with our 1 round left in our magazine and try to hopefully find some ammunition here.
Crush the ravenous brute.
We gotta get across this bridge portion.
Let us relieve the high giant.
Pursue and eliminate. We will not have a better opportunity to finish it off.
You think they'll bring mods to consoles? Unlikely. Okay, this is our 1 shot we got here. I'm just gonna go over here. This would be like probably an ammo box over here. No, it didn't even give us a cache. Wow, we were just unlucky as fuck. Okay. Artifacts at 0 to prime. That's not the worst thing ever. We have no ammo though, no boxes, no ammo, no crate spawn. Is there a box over here, mayhaps? Oh, this would be ammo guaranteed. Alright, top priority is the healer. We're gonna save our ammunition here. The easiest boss fight we've had so far.
Where should I plant this flag?
Got a healer right here on him, but we got one of them. Alright, please parry.
But this tide of Xenos is in. It has betrayed Xenos.
I'm just strut on this guy. Dude, you ain't shit. You are not a Carnifex, I'm sorry.
Let the summon hold. Unwavering, despite the grip of steel yourself. Overcome from eradicate every last Xenos. Incoming Stormer.
Oh, there's an ammo box over here. Okay. That makes life a lot easier. Finally. And equipment. Ooh.
Caution. It may still attempt to ambush us.
What's up, Gochi? What's up, Woods? We're currently playing the difficulty Absolute Plus mod. And we're kind of in the easy part now. We can just leave. Because the Hive Tower is going to be a breeze. We did get 3 boss spawns that time, but what's she going to do?
Delasa report.
The Hive Tyrant continues to evade.
Delasa, you cut out.
I think we would have gotten the previous Reclamation one too, had we not fumbled against the Turret Prime of that one part.
Our Fox Link is out. We must be nearing the relay. Our duty remains unchanged. Forward! Stand ready to deploy. Stay alert. Victor 2 final. Stop that target from running fresh forward. We crushed the ravenous brood. So, what's for sacking onslaught? The Xenos leader bescales the building. Take to the roof. Wretched thing, they found at last.
We have a relic going into this fight. I think we just be a breeze.
Fresh magazine.
Now we just victory lap.
Going
I
forward.
guess we'll take the same fight Wrath Relic Berry, so we can just stun him out of his AoE.
Encircle and eliminate.
Try to dodge that last second.
The creature is undergoing some kind of transformation. I think your minds. Steal your thoughts.
Hive Tyrant is a practice dummy. It's sad, really. He's actually a really well-designed boss. He just needs like proper ads. If you had Extremis with him, or like an extra boss or something like Tyranid Prime, he's pretty fun. Pretty fun. B extermination, yeah. 91,000 melee damage. It's always B, because if you move past any area, it counts for like percentage of total enemies, but like, they never stop spawning in this mod. We've ever gotten an A. Now, on Assault, that is like 10 billion times harder, but Power Thunderhammer? Power Thunderhammer? Power Hammer? Pretty good. A little bit of Black Templar gaming. Just make it look too easy, man? Well, it's about to look real hard when I die like 15 times. If you're not. Hi, FTG, do you think it's true that Peter Turbo carried the heresy? Dude, Peter Turbo ran like a bitch and handed off his stuff to Mortarion. Peter Turbo's not the guy, dude.
Is to use the stored Promethium in the refinery to destroy the enemy swarm. The Cadians were tasked with providing assistance. First, proceed to the Cadian outpost and establish their fate. You must then infiltrate the refinery and complete demolition.
Alright, it's Thunderhammer time. Now, Thunderhammer's pretty good on this with the Overcharge and Zealous Blow. Pretty damn good. Now, time to land.
Let us deliver the Emperor's wrath. There is one, there is infinite. Reloading our foes put to overwhelm. Stop!
Make him taste a late Thunder Hammer, eh? I want some block charges here.
Jump pack refuel. The Xenos infestation is steady. Avenging Angel. I'm airborne ready. Xenos are but a fraud of take flight! Jump pack refuel. The world is Xenos sought to consume. Hold those lines. I am the righteous storm. Avenging Angel. We stand in victory against this foul.
Underhammer AoE really does just slap. Now, this portion's not too hard. I'll tell you when it gets hard, though. If we get a bad boss spawn, because we don't have the luxury of intimidating aura for free damage. Grab this. Though we do kind of mop up the one guy's. Neuro threats if they ever land. If we get 2 charges off, we're kind of cooking there. Thank you, Parry Bug.
This sector is clear.
Hey, those were successful parries there. All, like at least the last one was definitely.
Take heed. Lictors deceive the eyes. Be as an angel of I'm airborne ready.
Run effects in the Hive Tyrant, that's gotta suck.
That pitiful Xenos was but a horrible fight. Swapping magnet. Avenging Angel will dispose of. Wrath shall reign. Hold that thundering punch. Finishing firepower. Jump pack refuel. Another alien forged in the Imperium's keen blade. I am airborne ready. I am the righteous storm.
How is that fucking dude still alive? Oh, I hate lictors in this game sometimes. They have so many. So when the lictors dodge, they get a massive damage reduction in this game. into immediately. Okay. Brush being caught by this lictor here. And now he finally dies. So when lictors dodge in this game, they get like a damage reduction, so that's why they don't get one shot all the time. And they hop around all the fucking time. Which is amazing for us. Yeah, that's completely fucked us. That completely fucked us. Did you say the new TECHMARINE is overpowered? Yeah, if I overpowered, you mean the worst class in the game. Definitely OP. He's the best of being the worst. If you want my thoughts on TECHMARINE, you can look at like the 4 videos I posted for it. If you are so curious. That sucks though, dude. That's so fucking annoying. Do that again. It's genuinely just like the lictors just sitting on you the entire time. But the Hive Tyrant Carnifex, that was pretty damn hard on its own. I'm just gonna go consecutive execution because I think we need the... If we make it to grenades, we're gonna need the grenades. But that way. Defense mechanism is definitely better. But if we need grenades, way to do it. I mean, can you play Power Fist? I wouldn't take Power Fist. This is not... I mean, it's okay. I would play Thunder Hammer, though. It's more fun.
Your mission is to use the... First, proceed to the Cadian outpost and establish their fate. You must then infiltrate the refinery and complete demolition's deployment. Trigger detonation only when the main swarm is...
Now, we have used this build to win already a couple times on this, but it is hard. Depends on what boss spawns you get.
They will try and swarm us.
Yeah.
Engage on our terms only.
Let's see what we got here. Thank you, Adampo, for the 45 bits. That's much appreciated. Continue on. That sucks. Alright, we're gonna go pull up a boss spawn. Again.
The world this Xenos sought to consume now consumes its carcass. Take flight and let terror fall. Alicta stalks us. Insistent prayers.
Oh, we dropped our. It's not good.
Another alien.
This Rambler here blows. There we go.
Sight unseen. We have fled the Xenos state. Jump pack refuel. The Xenos have unleashed their colossal. Commencing reload. Tyranny. Avenging angel. The Xenos infestation is steady. The Motherboard. It must be destroyed.
Oh, I bet on the wrong Thunderhammer spin there. I bet for an execute that I was not going to get. That sucks. I wish the Thunderhammer had more like actual no knockback. Alright, speaking of greatness, everyone's seen the new Red Corsair minis and rules. Pure beauty. I've not. Probably take a look at that later. Alright. I think I might take a break there for now. Go for 3 hours. And I'll probably be back on later tonight, maybe. We shall see. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for watching. TECHMARINE comes out 26, just so you guys know. That's all, guys. Take it easy. Bye-bye.